Alexis Dejoria.
Yes.
How's it going?
Hi. Good.
Thanks for having me at your place.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
So let's start off with your 67 Chevelle.
Yes, my 67 Chevelle SS I've had since I was 17 years old.
What does that car mean
They
to
will
you?
bury me in that car. That will be my coffin.
Why is it so important to you? What does it mean to you?
So I grew up with car enthusiasts, both my father and my mom. My mom drove fast, but I just gravitated towards the people in school, like building their hot rods and street racing and going to like, the car lots and like swap meets and all that kind of stuff. It was just, I don't know, it was just something that I really enjoyed doing and I was fascinated by. It was all like a group of Chevy people, like in my little clan of people. It was all Chevy people. One of our friends was selling his 67 Chevelle, and I really, really loved that body style. Mm-hmm. And so I got it, and it had a big block in it, and it was like the first time I really had like major horsepower, under the hood, and it's gone through a few upgrades.
It has a NASCAR engine in it right now, right?
It does, yeah.
800 miles per hour, right?
It's got like it's almost 1,000 horsepower. Yeah.
You're one of the first female drivers in NHRA funny car division.
I'm the only female funny car driver right now. There isn't a girl that just started. I think she's going to run a couple races, but it's just been me for years, for probably the last 5 years.
Do you feel a lot of pressure on that?
No, not at all. I've been racing in funny car for a long time. This is my 14th year as a pro. I've been racing total in NHRA for about 20 years. But that was my goal from day one. And there was no females racing in funny car at the time. There's been a few over the years. And when I started, Courtney Force, John Force's daughter, she started at the same time. And then we both broke off and like took a hiatus, and she started a family, and I was still raising my family. My daughter was turning 16. So I was like, I wanted to be home with her. So I took a couple years off and then came back and it's just been me forever. But, that's part of the deal. I mean, there's not a lot of females racing in motorsports. But NHRA overall has more females competing than any other form of motorsports next to NASCAR.
Why funny car?
Because they're the hardest cars to drive. They're the most challenging, and I think they're the most badass looking cars.
Why is it the most challenging?
Because they're short wheelbase. The motor's in front of you. You have this carbon fiber body it's a funny version of a street car, basically, of a manufactured car. That it just got like it was a nickname that kind of stuck, but there's nothing funny about a funny car.
They're badass.
No, they're not funny at all. It's like over 12,000 horsepower. My top speed is 337 miles an hour and 3.84
recently,
seconds.
Right? You hit the fastest speed recently.
This was the end of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is it like going 300 miles an hour?
It's like light speed. But if you do it consistently, like going over 300 miles an hour on a consistent basis, you don't really have like a concept of speed anymore. Nothing feels fast anymore. So on the road, like going 100 miles an hour, which I don't, just saying, but once in a while I'll catch myself and I'm like, oh my God, because it doesn't feel fast.
You're just used to it now.
100 miles an hour feels like I'm going like 30. Like it doesn't feel like anything. It's so stupid. But it's jaded me.
In terms of the start line, I don't think you've talked about it too much. You go on yellow, correct?
Yeah, we go on yellow. So people make that assumption of like, oh, like the light turns green, like yellow and then green. No, if you leave on green, you are a day late. Yeah.
And in terms of practicing for that, the reaction speed.
That's key.
How do you practice that? Because I feel like that's one of the most important things, right? They
have like timing trees, like, that kind of simulate the timing tree on the starting line. They'll have like versions you can like buy and like they'll send you ones. Or ones you could just like set up on your table that are like easy, and it's just practicing your reaction times. Because you can't really simulate like a top fuel funny car run per se. There's like racing simulators for like F1 and NASCAR and things like that. But there's nothing that will give you that feeling of 6 Gs launching off the line from a dead idle to like negative 6 Gs when you hit the parachutes.
Roller coasters on steroids.
Oh yeah. So it's really, it's insane. I mean, it burns like, 30 gallons of fuel a minute. Like it's insane.
What's the, I guess, fitness or health routine for staying in shape for driving in such a fast speed for only a couple of seconds?
Right. Core strength is really important. Your neck, honestly. That's one of the things, because obviously we have like chin straps and we have a 7-point harness system. We have elbow restraints, we have chin and neck restraints, because if you don't, your head's going to flip back and you're going to get like whiplash.
I interviewed one of your trainers a while ago, Dylan Farr.
Dylan, yes. Dylan. Oh my gosh, yes,
and
Dylan.
He would talk about how intense this driving is.
Yes.
And I guess what are some of the exercises for people who are in racing or who want to get into racing to develop? Because a lot of people think it's just driving.
No, and it's just going in a straight line. But the thing about the funny cars is that because it's a short wheelbase race car, it doesn't want to go straight. Like you're driving it the whole way down.
Oh, because just of the speed.
To keep it straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that car wants to go left, right. And then when you lose traction at over 300 miles an hour and you hit feels like you're hitting black ice going 300 miles an hour, you got to be on your game. Yeah, hand-eye coordination. Obviously, you want to get good sleep. You don't want to go in there half-assed because it's a mental sport. I mean, you have to have upper body strength, that as well, because I'm not a male. I have to really compensate for that. Yeah, I have to develop it. So all those are really key. Yeah.
When you got into it, your dad asked you to go try out like a school to see if it was legit.
I told him I wanted to do it. And he was like, why don't you is there some kind of school you can get your feet wet and just kind of learn the ropes? And
what's that school like for people who are trying to just get a taste?
Yeah, it's called Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School. I went back there 3 times for 3 different classes. So the first one was a super gas class. So it's like the entry level. So it's a door car. It was like a Camaro. And, but it's still you're accelerating so quickly and it's unlike anything I drove on the street. I mean, it's fast relatively. It's all relative. I mean, any entry level, if you've never driven anything like that before, it'll get your attention for sure. Got licensed in that, found a super gas Corvette that I raced in the Sportsman Series for a little bit. Went back into the super comp class and ran a dragster. Got licensed in that. Traded in my super gas Corvette for a super comp dragster and raced that. So it's bracket racing. Well, I sold it and and used that money to get another one, which I used part of my savings too. So I got that and then raced that for 8 months and went to 2 finals and won a Sportsman National. So that basically told me, that solidified in my brain that I was meant to do this. I'm good at it. And I'm ready for the next level, which was Top Alcohol Funny Car.
What's the importance of the team in terms of the aspects of racing? It's
really important. Obviously, I can't, in between rounds, tear down the motor by myself and get it back out there. Everybody has such an important, significant job. And it's like a dance. When the car comes in, they attack it and thrash and get it done within a matter of 45 minutes. They can tear down to the bare block and rebuild the motor and have it ready to go.
How did you find 80 players for your team?
So most of that was done by the crew chiefs. They're really the ones that go out there and they suss it out. And they know different crew guys from different teams or whatnot, or they may have had them from a previous team. So it's a very small network of people that do this, that even want to do this or are capable of doing it.
Is it true that sometimes they have to build the engine from scratch every race?
They do.
They do?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Nitromethane.
Okay, it just blows it up.
We run off of nitromethane, which is a form of liquefied propane, and it's a volatile fuel, and that's why we get the speeds and the ETs that we get, the horsepower, it's from nitromethane, and it's literally eating itself up as it's going down the racetrack.
Your cars got caught on fire a couple times.
Yes, that's a bad day at work.
Bad day
at the office.
What's that experience like?
I mean, that's like that's part of the deal with racing a top fuel or nitro car is just it's a ticking time bomb. It's like not a matter of when or if it's going to happen. It's a matter of when it's going to happen. Because I mean, it's a fine line. And when these cars go lean or something breaks inside the engine, it's catastrophic. And with the fuel being a combustible fuel, not flammable, you're going to have a detonation, like a bomb going off.
Why would you put yourself in that situation?
Because you get to go over 300 miles an hour.
Yeah. But you've done it for 14 years.
No, because that's racing. I mean, I wanted to be a fighter pilot when I was a kid, and I mean, you can get shot out of the sky. You could fall from the sky. I mean,
7 years old, correct?
Yeah. I was obsessed with like the military channel. I think I was sick one day from school, and I was like flipping through the channels, and I was like, "Ooh, that's." And then I just became obsessed.
What does winning do for you? You won the 2011 NHRA Northwest Fall Nationals.
Yes, that was in Super Comp. I'm sorry, that was in Top Alcohol Funny Car, where I became the second female ever to win a national event. And prior to that, it was like 60 years, in between the first woman. And the first woman was Bunny Burkett. She was my dear friend. She was a Playboy Playmate.
Oh,
and
wait, what?
She raced,
She did both?
She was awesome. She raced Alcohol Funny Car, and she was the first female to win a national event. And I was the second. And God bless her. She's in heaven now. But she was always very supportive of me and was there for every final I went to and was like, come on, she's almost there. So it's really cool. Like, there's a lot of supportive women in our sport, because we're stronger together. And I think, people like Shirley Muldowney, who really paved the way for us females to come into the sport. I mean, she raced when no females were racing, and she won championships in Top Fuel. Yeah. So she really blasted the doors open.
How do you make it more popular for females to start racing?
I think just the perseverance and your presence out there and talking to the young girls coming in and young boys too. Like there's a junior class, and so we kind of mentor them and get them affiliated with the team and give them tours and get them like into it. So they have their goals. It's like, oh, I really do want to do this, and have them set out like their ultimate goal is to race in the pro ranks.
What's like the romance for it though? So because there's a lot of girls who want to be, I don't know, a princess or a certain thing when they grow up, and it's idolized to be like that thing. Or for guys, like maybe a fighter, a football player, it's like it's their thing. I guess what's the romance of driving like a funny car? Like what's so awesome about it that you would describe to a little girl like, this is why?
Because they're so intense, and no matter if you're a female or a male, the car does not care. The car doesn't know either way. And that's what really evens the playing field. It's not like I'm jumping into, like a helmet and like gear to go play football against guys. Like, no, this is an even playing field. Yeah. And women have really good reaction times. And there's a lot of females in this sport that do this and they win. And it's good. I think it's really good for headstrong women that want to learn more about maybe race cars in general, or just that a connection between like having like a team, like that team player camaraderie. And it very much is a team, not an I. It's a team. Yeah. You have to have a team to get this car together and ready and up to the starting line.
So say there's a little girl out there who watched you race and super inspired by you. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I don't know how to get the barrier to entry into it. And how would you tell that little girl to the stepping blocks to get to
I
maybe a
would
place where you're
tell her to go to Frank Holly. It depends on what age she is. If she's old enough to do junior dragsters, I would say do that. And then if she's a bit older, obviously if she has her driver's license, because if you have your driver's license, you can start driving the regular cars. But to get to Frank Holly's drag racing school, see if you like doing it, but once you get in the car and really feel it, sometimes that will change people's minds. So luckily, I wanted to race a Nitro Funny car from day one, but some people get in them and it's like, oh my God, they're claustrophobic, they're freaked out. They start the motor's in front of them, then they close the lid and it's like, get me out of this thing. Yeah. Luckily, I loved it just as much inside that car as I did outside. So really getting your feet wet, getting the gist of the entire sport, it's important to do that. And you could do that at Frank Holly's drag racing school.
Okay, cool. When did you get your first bug for speed when you drove your dad's Vector?
I did. Did he talk about that?
No.
Oh, he didn't.
I did some research on it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he has a Vector, which is really cool. It's a sports car that was built right in Venice, California, by the same people that built the Stealth Bomber. It's an incredible car, and he had one, and it needed to go from his house in California to his house in Las Vegas. So he was like, okay, do you want to go for a little road trip with me? I was like, yeah, totally. So we had this long stretch of road where it's just like 2 lanes and like no cars, right? As long as you could see straight. And he was like, do you want to drive it? I was like, yeah, I was 16. So I'm on it, driving. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. And there's a car. We come up to a car and he goes, you could pass a car. I was like, sure. Really? He goes, yeah, sure. So I passed the car and I gunned it and I got the car up to like 200 miles an hour. He was like, holy shit. He was just like, at that point, he just knew. And I did really well and I handled it. I was in control and he loves that story.
He scratched it.
Yeah, he loves telling that story. The first time she went 200 was in my car.
16 years old.
Yeah.
What's the race day routine?
Race day routine it's pretty simple. I try to keep to myself. I try to not overexert and no interviews. I try not to do any kind of meet and greets or anything. Just nothing to like get me out of my focus. And I want to retain my my energy, of course. I got to save my energy. Because yes, we're only in the car for total a few minutes when the run is like a 3-second run. But in that amount of time, it takes so much focus and so much energy. And you're holding your breath. Like, I don't even like it. Just, it's like, it's like an elephant sitting in your lap. It just, you're out, you're winded, you're exhausted. And if you go all the way to the finals on Sunday, that's 4 of those, and you're wiped out. You're toasted. It's exhausting. But and then I also just kind of listen to music, and I'll eat a light breakfast and practice my reaction times and in between rounds, and yeah.
By using those simulators?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. In terms of the energy, how do you keep that energy for like so long, just for that like 1 second? Like, is there a meditation process? Is there, I don't know, is there something that you build up to explode out of that hole?
Visualization is key.
What's
going
that process?
back in my lounge and just kind of going through the motions and remembering, every lane, every racetrack has their certain little quirks. The track we just went to in Bristol, Tennessee, there's like bumps in both lanes, and one side's a little bit more than the other. So it's just kind of visualizing like, okay, making sure that like I remember to like stay to the inside of the groove or whatnot. And just, putting yourself in that position before you even get there.
In terms of the courses are set up, you race all around the US, correct? And I could only relate it to golf in the sense of certain golf courses, you play them differently.
Yeah.
And I guess like tracks and stuff, people just see a fast car, but what are the characteristics of these tracks that make some more difficult or less difficult?
There's racetracks that only get ran on when we come into town, which is once a year.
Okay.
So one of the tracks, like in New England, in Epping, New Hampshire, we only get to race there once a year. So there's not a lot of rubber down on the track. By the mid weekend, like it starts to get really good. But in the beginning, it's like the groove is super narrow. And if you are outside just a half a tire, you're going to be in the marbles and you're going to lose traction.
What's mean rubber down on the track?
Meaning like from the tires, obviously, making runs, like where it's sticking and it's like they spray the solution on the track. It's called VHT. And it kind of smells like soda syrup, like, you know what I mean? Like Coca-Cola, like that, like a heavy syrup. And it just helps kind of like get the tires to like stick grip more.
Okay.
Obviously we do burnouts in the beginning, so that helps too. But just the more runs, the more rubber from the tires gets laid down on the racetrack.
Where's your favorite place to race at?
It's the one we just ran on, which has like not the greatest surface right now, but it's Bristol, Tennessee.
Okay.
And I love that racetrack because I've had really good success there. I've gone to a few finals and won a race there. I've qualified number 1, and just the way the racetrack is positioned, they cut out a mountain, they cut through a mountain. And so the acoustics, when we go down the racetrack, it like bounces off the walls and it just sounds so insane. Like dragons like screaming down the racetrack. You can hear it for miles. It's so cool. And it's beautiful. Bristol, Tennessee is very green. It's just incredible.
Where are the fans the craziest?
Oh, Norwalk, Ohio's pretty good.
Ohio?
Yeah, Bristol, Tennessee's actually got some interesting ones. Where else? Yeah, I would say those places mostly. Yeah. Pomona just gets nuts because it's Pomona, and that's like one of my hometown races. But yeah, I've had the most odd questions asked or things said to me in Bristol and in Norwalk, Ohio.
Like what?
Oh, just, I don't know. Some of it's very offensive and I can't repeat it, but
no worries.
Other things are just like, oh, can I kiss you, or can you sign my boobs, or can you sign this? I'm like, oh, no. And like really weird stuff, and like right in front of your wife or like your husband. Like it's just weird. Wild. I don't know, random. Or there's kids around. Like, can you sign my boobs? I'm like, no.
Maybe.
No.
For the NASCAR and IndyCar fans out there, they spend all their attention on that. Like, why should they start moving their attention to, I guess, drag racing?
I think it's one of those sports where you watch it on TV and it just doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
Like you can watch NASCAR, IndyCar, F1, off-road racing even on TV, but watching drag racing on TV, unless you're like a fan or you've been already, you just don't get the full experience. Going to a race, if you've never been to one, you have to go to a race because that is the key. Once people go to a race, a drag race, then they're hooked. They get it. And then it's like you watch it on TV and like you see and you know like what that feels like, what that sounds like. Yeah, and how intense it is. Yeah. But getting people to come to the racetrack is important.
Yeah, cool. You say you're the wild child of the family. You've always said that.
I don't know. They just, my mom always thought I had a death wish. I don't know. I just was always like very, I guess like I don't know, just an adrenaline junkie, wanted to do all the things like ride motorcycles, snowboarding, skydiving, whatever. Like I just wanted to do all the things and all the sports and street racing. As I got older, I got into a little bit of more wild stuff, and so I've reeled it in and managed to get into something that's responsible, like drag racing. Obviously, it's legal and it's for real, and it's safer than street racing. But I just was one of the wild ones that did all the things when none of the other kids really wanted to do that. Why weren't
you scared?
I don't know. My dad taught us from a young age that, there's two types of people in life. There's ones that, just like safely, quietly, make it to death. Like they don't want to like do much. They just want to have a safe job. They don't want to go outside much and they don't want to travel. And then there's other people that like want to do all the things, that travel, that do, could it be dangerous? Could you? Yes, you could. But I mean, we're all going to die at some point. I mean, why not live life and experience it to the fullest?
Yeah. What lessons did you learn from working at Paul Mitchell with the company before chasing your dreams in drag racing?
The corporate world, I learned a lot. I was there for 4 years, and I learned. He really wanted me to learn all aspects of the company, from like doing like reception work to working in the marketing and art department to research and development, to just learning the company as a whole and how it works and all the moving parts. And that really helped me in the racing community, because obviously that like, having the right communication level, working with people, and, you're not always going to work with people that you like. There's going to be adversity, and just kind of moving through that and, finding your place. And I think working with less people that can do more.
Less people that could do more.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Instead of having like, 50 people that can do jobs, instead like having less people that can multitask and having like a tighter group. Yeah.
And I guess, do you navigate that whole team yourself? Like, do you?
Oh gosh, no. I mean, I'm like the team mom for sure.
Team mom?
Yeah, team mom, not teen, but team mom. I love those guys. It's really a family, because we're together more than we are with our own families at home. So it's really important to get along. Everybody's really needs to get along. Luckily, on my team, they do.
No family feuds.
No. I mean, you might have some scuffles here and there, but it gets handled in the pit. Like, it can't keep going for a long time, because, I mean, these guys are like staying together in their rooms. They're eating, sleeping together. Not sleeping together. Sleeping in the same room. But they're like, day in and day out, they are together. So it's important that everybody gels and is on the same page.
Yeah.
So I try to like look out for that. And I'm always checking in with everybody and being like, hey, you good? Like this and that. And then having like team bonding moments, where I'll like get everybody to go to dinner. Or just recently we did a shotgun shootout charity event where I got to bring my team, and we all shot trap, skeet shooting, and long range, which was really fun.
A little community building.
Yeah.
What lessons do you want to instill into your daughter? You talk so highly about the lessons that you've gotten from your father.
Right.
And I guess like being a top female in your sport and chasing your dreams for this long and taking a retirement and then coming back. And do you still have that chip on that shoulder for not winning a national championship, right? That's still the top.
Well, I haven't won a championship.
And that's the goal still,
That
right?
is the goal, because no female has ever won a championship in Nitro Funny Car.
Yeah.
And me being the only female right now, I kind of got a head start.
Yeah.
But it's hard. I mean, there's a lot of my competitors that have been racing for 40 years and they haven't won a championship. It's just right place at the right time, right crew, when all the planets are aligned, and it's you. Yeah. It's go time.
And what are those lessons for your daughter, that in terms of continuing to chase your dreams and do the stuff?
Yeah.
Any lessons for her?
If you can make your passion in life your profession, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
But you'll also enjoy it, and it's something that you believe in, and you'll work harder to achieve.
For some people out there who say that must be nice to say, like, oh, if I could find something that I love juggling and I can't make that a profession, or like I have to pay bills and all these things.
Right.
Like, where do they start? Where do you?
Well, I didn't always get to race. I mean, I had to work too. Yeah. I worked for a while. But it just right place at the right time. I used my savings, and I got a used super gas Corvette to race around.
Yeah.
And I just worked my way up. And so I worked towards that goal and earned my spot there.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like I just jumped into a pro car and like a $5 million race team. That's not how that goes.
What's the importance of having skin in the game? Like putting your own money down for this car, or investing and like taking a risk and
right. Yeah. And I've done that. I've had my own race team. Like I owned and
DC
ran
Motorsports, was that it?
Partial. Yeah. Okay. I had a partial ownership of that team with Del Worsham and his wife Connie. But prior to that, in Alcohol Funny Car, the last year that I ran Alcohol Funny Car, that was my own team. And Stealth Motorsports. Yeah. And we ran it out of Bronson, Florida. That's where the team was based. So I've had those, and it's awesome. But right now, it's nice just to be a driver. Like I could just focus on driving and not
have the focus,
all the other stuff going on. Yeah. But I do have I did have the opportunity to have skin in the game and a portion of control. So that's still an option, obviously, in negotiations for next season. So we'll see what happens.
What are you most excited for in your life right now?
Oh my gosh. Time with my family, honestly. It's more important to me as the years go by. I want to be more with my family and spending more time with my friends when I'm not racing, and really utilizing that time off.
It takes a lot of time to do these races.
It does. We race 20 weekends between March and November, and that's just racing. That's not testing. That's not like PR appearances and whatnot. We used to race 24 races, but after COVID, they shut down a few. We lost a few racetracks because they couldn't keep going without the income from races and ticket sales.
Yeah. How do you decide where to divide your attention when you're not racing?
Oh gosh, you've got to like shut it down. It's like compartmentalization. You just got to like whatever happened at the racetrack, whether if like we went out first round and like I didn't have a good weekend or something, I just have to leave it at the track and just move on.
Bounce back.
Yeah, like a quarterback throwing an interception. He's like, he can't be thinking about it. He's got to get right back in the game.
How do you mentally bounce back after a bad race?
I'll go in my lounge and yell a couple times. I'll be like,
scream. Does that help?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
But it depends on if it was like, something that was out of our hands, or if it's something that was directly like, driver error. I take things to heart and I beat myself up over it, because out there it's like you have to be perfect with every move that you make.
How do you stay calm when it's not perfect? When the car catches on fire or some mishap happens?
That's actually when I'm most calm. It's really
weird.
You're
the most calm.
Yeah. It's like everything slows down. It gets really quiet and I get really hyper focused. Yeah.
How do you develop that skill?
I don't know. It just happened. It's just you don't know how you'll react to catastrophes until they actually happen. And then you'll see like all those things, all that visualization of like when you get in a fire, when this happens, when that happens, all those things you can't really prep for. You can like think about what you'll do. They'll do like in the beginning, they sat me in the car and like all belted up, like in the race shop, and they'll be like, okay, fire, go. And they'll time you to see how quickly you get out of the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you practice to get out and everything as well.
But it's like when you're going over 300 miles an hour and the body explodes off the car, like those you can't prep for that. Like there's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just get thrown into the fire, literally, and have to figure out how to do it. And everything that you think about, you're like, you could tell yourself like, okay, if this happens, you're supposed to do this, this, and this, and this. And then, when it happens, like either your fight or flight kicks in. And obviously I'm a fighter because I get mad. I get angry. I'm like, not today, mofo. But everything just clicks and I do all the right moves and yeah.
I feel
and
like
I've done it enough to where like, okay, this is happening again. Like you just know.
I feel like that's a great lesson for life in the sense when shit hits the fan, when people panic, like to stay calm.
I'm one that's like, okay, what do we need to do? Yeah. When people are like stuck, like, what do we do? Oh my God, there's a fire. Like, oh God.
You also talk about
just move out of the way.
I got it.
I got it.
Alexis is here.
Yeah.
You always talk about your strong mentality of like not giving up and keep pursuing.
Yeah.
And where does that come from?
Definitely from my father. He was a salesman. He sold encyclopedias door to door. And if anybody knows perseverance and not giving up, that is my father. He's like, you may get like 10 doors slammed in your face, but you'll get 1 or 2. And those 1 or 2 make up for all those doors slammed in your face.
Yeah. And I guess, how do you practice that with your profession right now?
It's a humbling sport. You're going to lose more times than win. And if you can't take the bad with the good, then you're not going to last very long here.
And the wins that you've had, what does that feeling?
Oh my gosh. It's like every loss has just disintegrated in your brain. It's just everything, all the hard work, all the tears, the blood, the sweat, everything. It just all came together and it pays off. And to see the smiles on my crew's faces and the fans and
everyone's
like
win.
Everybody wins. Yeah. Like, the bonus monies, the win monies are all evenly distributed throughout the team. And so everybody wins. There's an incentive there. Like when we win, everyone wins. Yeah.
What was the process of pitching Patron to be your sponsor when you initially
That was
started
pretty
it?
funny. So how do you pitch like one of your father's, companies?
Was it your dad that you pitched to, or was it like the company people?
Both.
Okay, both. Was that at the same time?
Yes, kind of. Yes, yeah, I'll say, yeah, it was around it was the same week.
Okay, did you go to like the Patron headquarters?
Yeah, and talked to Ed Brown and their whole marketing team. So they were involved in racing already in motorsports, so it seemed like the right fit.
Sure.
And I had a whole plan. I had a business plan, and obviously I invested my own money in the car. I bought the car, so it was just sponsorship to, it was the entry fees to get into the races, which at that time wasn't very much because it's sportsman and it's like the sportsman categories are, it's still hundreds of dollars, but it's not like what it is now. And they were like, sure, why not? Young girl, like, you're marketable and yeah, sure, we'll see how this goes.
What was your pitch,
right?
though? I want to know what your pitch is. Like, what did you say?
Well, I thought, this would be good for the younger generations if you're trying to get, that sort of like, that sort of group of people like just it, not so much like the corporate world or like, the music world, the hip hop, but like, the college kids and like things like that, like the racing community. And there were people out there that liked Patron that didn't like tequila just because I was racing. They were like, we want to try that. Oh my God, we love it.
You bartended
and I did a couple bartending events, which was really fun too. But they actually did see, like, as I moved up in the ranks, so I made sure I won in each class before I went to the next the faster one. Like every class I won in before I made the jump to the next one.
So each class has faster speeds.
Yes.
Okay.
And my goal from day one was to drive a Nitro Funny car, but I had never driven anything and had no family in racing. So I had to start from the bottom.
Bottom and go.
Yeah. So respectfully. And I did that. And then as I moved up into the ranks, I mean, they saw the needle move. And for a company like Patron, and they keep tabs on all that. And for them to say like, oh no, we saw the needle move. Like when you were racing Nitro Funny Car and we were sponsoring, like they saw it. Like it made a huge difference.
Yeah. What did you learn about, like, I guess going through the ranks? Like, oh, check. Oh, level up, check.
Yeah.
Check. Like, versus because you don't need to necessarily win every single thing.
No,
It's not
that
a
was on
requirement.
me.
It's all you.
Yeah, that
like,
was on
why?
me.
Why did you put that requirement on yourself?
Because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it, and I was ready. Like I had how should I say this? Like I did everything I could possibly do in that class to the fullest, to the point where like I won a race. So I'm actually the only driver in Nitro Funny Car, male or female, that has won in all those categories.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why put all those restrictions? Like there's so many people who want to skip the leveling up phases of life, not just racing cars,
Right.
and all of that. I guess like what did it do so much for like who you are and could help anyone else to take that long process of checking all those check boxes off?
It really was how I was raised. You know, people say like, oh yeah, you could be doing anything you want. And I'm like, I want to race. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
But their version of anything I want, like, oh, you could be sitting on a beach drinking fucking margaritas. Like,
that doesn't sound fun, though.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
And I do like sitting on a beach drinking margaritas, but I don't want to make a profession out of that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, that doesn't fill me. That doesn't like, you know, it doesn't spark anything in me. Like, I love doing this. It's good for the brand. It's good for, I think, it's really good for young people to see that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to, whether you're male or female. And in this sport, obviously the cars don't know whether you're male or female. Yeah. So it's a very much even playing field. But
it's an interesting lesson too, because having things isn't fun. Getting things.
Yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
It's the process
having
of
a goal and like reaching your potential.
What other things are you trying to necessarily get into your life right now?
Off-road racing.
Off-road racing.
I have always loved off-road racing. Yeah, I want to do some dirt stuff, some desert racing.
What does that look like? What is there an organization? I have never heard of like off-road racing.
So there's like Score, there's King of the Hammers, there's different ones. I don't know. I've been to a lot of them. I just love off-road racing. Like I did the Baja 1000 course with my father when I was 16, which was really fun. And ever since then, I've loved it. And yeah, I don't know.
What do you like about machines, I guess, or cars? Because they're complex systems.
It is.
Right.
I just like, I'm enamored by what, you know, humans are capable of producing and what that feels like on the other side of it. Like being a crew chief is one thing. Like that's the pressure. I can't even imagine. There's so many variables. But their win, I guess their happy place is seeing what they've put into that car and seeing it like, you know, perform in a way that they wanted it to perform, doing what they wanted it to do.
Yeah.
You know, and I get to sit in that car and make that happen
and experience
as well.
it.
Yeah.
What makes a good driver?
Knowing what your car is doing as it's going down the racetrack. And I think also having experienced not the greatest things like explosions or this or that and crashes, it makes you a better driver because you know what it feels like and you're not afraid of it anymore.
It's
not
an experience of all the chaos that's happened.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. It makes you a more well-rounded driver, I believe.
In terms of all types of driving though, like just in general.
Yeah, and learning about the race car and all its components.
Yeah. What's your favorite car to drive on the road?
Oh gosh. Porsche.
A Porsche. Why a Porsche?
I love Porsches. They handle so well.
Okay. Are you stick shift girly? Like on the road?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have one, but I hope one day I will. I'll have to win a championship to get one.
So there's a lot of
the one I want.
The one you want.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something
the GT3. I want that GT3.
There's a lot of younger. I know how to drive manual. I've done it. My dad taught me when I was younger, when I was 16 as well. And I find it so fascinating. And there's a lot of people, at least my age, or like even kids nowadays, who will never experience the era of no phones, right? Or a manual shift, right? And why should a young 16-year-old right now learn how to drive a manual stick shift?
Oh man, because they're like it's a dying breed. I mean, to learn how to just move through the gears and like, I don't know, it's such a great experience. I think everything has gotten so easy. It's like the swipe left, generation. It's just like everything is so easy and attainable that like there's no work involved in like real, movements. I don't know. I think it's great to have that like that, that dexterity that like, you're moving, you're shifting and you're feeling the car like go through the gears and it's I don't know. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I do.
I guess you're alluding to the importance of doing hard things as well.
Yes.
And I guess what's the importance of doing hard things?
Doing hard things and then the gratification of when it like pays off.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think it's more meaningful. Like anything that means anything takes hard work.
And if it's worth doing well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Being really good at that craft, And I guess with the team that you have, you are making it the best of the best, and you're still trying to hit that chip off your shoulder and everything like that. Would you consider yourself a perfectionist?
Yes.
In that aspect?
Yes, for sure.
And why is that a leveler of greatness compared to not?
Because being a perfectionist is key. When everything you do is so important in every moment in the race car, because it could kill you. It's very dangerous. It could kill people around you.
You say that so relaxed.
Well, because it's
true.
I mean, it's just true.
Yeah.
It's known. It's not like, oh my God, this could kill you. No, because then if like you're like that, people ask you like, are you afraid? Are you scared? Like, doesn't this scare you? I'm like, why would I do this if it scared me? Like, I have appreciation for it. Like, yeah, sometimes it'll get your attention, be like, woo, that was a close one. Or just, if I have to pedal the car and I'm like wagging the tail. But I mean, knowing that and still being able to get in that car day in and day out and handle it. It's like mind over matter. You're just like, it's compartmentalizing. I mean, yeah, you'll sit there for a while. If there's an oil down or something, you'll sit in the car and I'll just like think of different things. And like it'll pop in your head like, oh, what if this happens on this oil? This happened to that guy. Two pairs in front of you. Like what? I don't know. You just, all that crap goes through your head and then you kind of like gotta straighten it out, be like, nope. Back in the game.
In terms of the turn, I guess like races, you race against only one car, correct?
Yes, except for a couple races on the circuit, we race. There's 4 cars.
Okay,
which they call it the 4 wide. So we do that in Vegas and Charlotte, North Carolina.
And say you win that one, do you continue to race that day?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so
you race. So top 16 cars qualify.
Okay.
So we run 4 rounds of qualifying. So you take your best ET from those 4 rounds of qualifying, and it gets put up on the ladder or on the list of like top 16. So the top 16 numbers qualify for the race, and then they break it down into 2s until so there's 4 rounds total until there's only 2 cars left at the very end.
Okay. And I guess, so you're going through that adrenaline so many times in just that weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Like doing that and then coming back, and packing my parachutes, filling my fresh air bottle, signing autographs, trying to relax, trying to get water, trying to eat, trying to get back in the zone and then do it again and then come back. And it's like, it's repetition. Yeah. Like everything has to be the same every single time.
That's the perfectionism right there.
Yes.
What do the parachutes do?
Parachutes are important. I've stopped the car many times when they haven't come out.
Okay.
But there's a time like where
you didn't release them, or they didn't release?
they got locked up, or they ripped off the back of the car. Wow. That happened to me once when I was racing Alco Funny car at one of the shortest shutdown tracks, which was really crazy. And there was a couple of fatalities at that track because of that. But as soon as I deployed the chutes, they ripped off the car, and then they ripped open the rear end and sprayed oil all over my brakes. So I had no way to stop the car. So it's right when they blossomed, they scrubbed like probably 100 miles an hour off the car, but I was still going about 140 when I hit the trap at the end. So it was pretty crazy.
That hurt?
It did the next day.
Okay.
That day, my adrenaline was kicking. It was pumping. And I didn't feel anything.
You didn't feel anything?
No, I was just like, I was like, I didn't get hurt, but like the G-forces were so gnarly. Yeah. And when your adrenaline, like, is that high, your endorphins and everything are that high, you're kind of like numb to it. But then when all that gets drained out, then you're like, I felt like 100-year-old woman. I felt like, oh my God, like my whole body hurt.
For someone who will never experience that race or going that fast and experience all those G-forces, like what sensation would you compare it to for someone?
Star Wars.
Star Wars?
It's like going light speed, honestly. So if you can imagine light speed, that's what it's like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, does your inners, like abs and everything, like feel it? I don't know.
Yeah, you definitely feel it. But we're strapped in so tight. Like I said, we have 7-point harness systems. So you're not moving. You don't want to move around.
So when is there gears?
No. So with our cars, it's a centrifugal force clutch, and it's on a timing system.
Yeah.
The only time we use the clutch pedal is obviously when it starts, when we do the burnout, when we back up. And then when we go to stage, we pull the fuel on the high side. And so it's like pumping like all the fuel in. And then for brake, we have a hand brake.
Okay.
And then when we do that, the clutch pedal just kind of like raises up and like the clutch engages.
Okay.
And then you don't touch it again.
Until
after the run, like can push the clutch pedal in after the run if you wanted to. Okay. Like there's not.
I guess at the
it's
start,
like welded together.
Yeah.
The clutch.
I guess at the beginning of the start, like what is your experience in the car right when the light's about to turn green? Like what are you doing with your hands? What are you doing?
So
with
I got
your feet?
my hand on the brake, one foot on the clutch.
Okay.
The right foot resting on the throttle pedal.
Okay.
And so I like go to pre-stage. Bump in. Pre-stage, that's the first amber bulb at the top.
Okay.
Or, excuse me, we have the blue ones now. So it's the blue LED light. So it'll be like the top kind of like crescent, the top one. And then, so go into pre-stage and then pull my fuel lever all the way on because it's tapered down a little bit. Yeah. So pull it all the way up. And when that happens, the clutch starts to engage, and then I take my foot off the clutch pedal, and the clutch pedal like raises up like this.
Okay.
And then
halfway?
So then I bump in with my brake handle to the stage beam.
Stage beam.
Yes, and then you're just waiting basically for the ambers to come down, and when the ambers hit, you let go of the brake and you hit the throttle at the same time.
Oh, so the brake, you let go, you don't push down or anything?
No, you let go.
You let go.
You let it go. Yeah.
Okay. The hand-eye coordination must be insane.
Yes, yeah,
That's
for
crazy.
sure.
What is it like being the first female to break 4 seconds?
That was a huge deal, especially because there was another female racing at the time, Courtney Force, and we were both gunning for every single record, obviously. Being the first time 2 females were racing in Nitro Funny car together. and us both being very competitive on very competitive big race teams.
Yeah.
So both of us were like, we wanted to be the first one. And at that time, like running a sub 4 second run was like brand new, like for anybody.
Like the 4 minute mile.
So like to be like the first person to do it, or in like a handful of, you know, some of the people to do it, was so important. And then to be the first female was just like, that will never happen again. Like there's only one first.
And
that was huge. She was really bummed.
Like, I got it.
She was super bummed. So yeah, but that's going down in history books.
Love that.
Yeah.
Go down in history. Well, Miss Alexis Dejoria, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me on your show.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Where can everyone find you?
So go on my website, alexisdejoriaracing.com, and you will find links to my Instagram. I have a personal Instagram, which is my name, and then I have another one, which is ADR, Alexis Dejoria Racing. Facebook, I have online merchandise, and then also with my website, you can see where we're racing, where we've raced, our current point standings, and all of our stats.
Awesome. Go check her out, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks.
Thanks, Alexis. If you made it this far, thank you so much for tuning back in to the Nate Biltz podcast. If you could do me one favor, if you received any value out of this episode, please take the time to like and subscribe. My goal is to help as many humans through valuable conversation as possible. And by you pressing that subscribe button, it will help me do just that. And until next time, my friends, get better today.